In an unassuming suburban neighborhood known for the echo of children's laughter and the aroma of freshly baked apple pies, there resided an ordinary family. A mother, emblematic of love and warmth, and her teenage daughter, a promising young girl. The mother, cheerful and hospitable, was a beloved figure in the community, while the daughter was the girl next door, admired for her intellect and artistic gifts. However, beneath the tranquil surface of this idyllic existence, a tempest was stirring. A secret it threatened to decimate the bedrock of their existence. Oblivious to the gathering storm, the mother's life carried on as usual, while the daughter grappled with her internal turmoil, ensnared in a web of treachery and falsehood. Then, shockingly, an everyday frying pan became an emblem of an unthinkable deed. A crime so gruesome it sent reverberations through their peaceful community, prompting everyone to question how such an atrocity could occur on their quiet streets. As the laughter and warmth of their household carried on, was secretly being developed, a plan that would ultimately shatter their ordinary life. But one day their ordinary life would be shattered by a horrifying event. The day started like any other. Little did anyone know it would end in a bloodbath. Picture this. The morning sun was rising, casting a warm golden light over the suburban home. A typical day was dawning, yet the tension was already simmering beneath the surface. The daughter, a seemingly innocent college student, was harboring secrets so damning that she would do anything to keep them hidden, even if it meant committing an unthinkable crime. As the day progressed, the mother, blissfully unaware of her daughter's inner turmoil, was going about her regular routine, making breakfast, cleaning the house, and perhaps planning for the evening meal. Little did she know that her life was hanging by a thread, that her own flesh and blood was plotting against her. The tension reached a boiling point as the evening approached. A heated argument ensued, words were exchanged, voices raised. The mother, unaware of the depth of her daughter's desperation, unwittingly pushed her over the edge. The daughter, feeling cornered and desperate, made a choice that would change their lives forever. In a fit of rage, she picked up a frying pan. The everyday kitchen utensil, meant for cooking meals, was about to become a lethal weapon. With an intensity fueled by fear and desperation, she struck her mother. Once, twice, thrice, the blows were relentless, the damage irreversible. The mother, caught off guard, had no chance to react. She fell to the ground, lifeless. The daughter, panting heavily, stared at the grim scene before her. The frying pan, now a bloodied instrument of death, lay discarded on the floor. The mother, who had loved and nurtured her, lay lifeless, her life brutally taken away by her own child. In the silence that followed, the daughter, now a murderer, had to face the bloody aftermath of her actions. The scene was a chilling testament to the lengths one could go to protect a secret so dark it had the power to turn a daughter against her mother, to turn love into hate, and to turn a home into a crime scene. As the investigators dug deeper, they discovered a web of lies and deceit. This was not a simple case of family strife gone horribly wrong. No, this was something far more sinister. It emerged that the daughter, a seemingly innocent college student, had been living a double life. She was not the star student her mother believed her to be. Instead, she was on the verge of academic failure. Her grades were plummeting, her attendance was sporadic, and her behavior was becoming increasingly erratic. You see, she had been ensnared in a web of her own making. She had created a facade of success, one that was painstakingly maintained with doctored report cards, fabricated parent-teacher meetings, and a slew of false assurances. Her mother, who was none the wiser, continued to believe in her daughter's bright future, blissfully unaware of the impending storm. But the storm was on the horizon, and it was closing in fast. The daughter's secret life was about to be exposed. Her college had sent a letter home detailing her academic shortcomings and the risk of her expulsion. The daughter, in her panic, saw only one way to prevent her mother from discovering the truth: by silencing her permanently. And so, in a chilling twist, this frightened teenager turned to murder. She chose to extinguish the life of the one person who loved and trusted her unconditionally. She wielded a simple kitchen tool, a frying pan, with deadly intent, turning it into an instrument of destruction. Painstakingly, The investigators pieced together this horrifying narrative, unearthing one damning evidence after another. They discovered the daughter's academic failures, her secret life, and the harrowing lengths she went to keep her deception intact. In the face of mounting evidence, the truth was undeniable. This was not a spur-of-the-moment act of violence. This was premeditated murder born out of desperation and fear. In a desperate attempt to keep her secrets buried, a teenager had turned into a cold-blooded killer. The courtroom held its breath as the daughter, a seemingly ordinary teenager, stood trial for matricide. This was no ordinary trial, nor was it an ordinary crime. It was a case that sent shockwaves through the community, a story that was almost too horrifying to believe. In the hushed courtroom, the prosecution laid out a chilling narrative. The daughter, they said, had gone to great lengths to hide her college secrets, ultimately resorting to the unthinkable, taking her mother's life with a frying pan. The defense, on the other hand, painted a different picture. They argued that this was a troubled young woman pushed to the edge by immense pressure and unrealistic expectations. Evidence was presented, testimonies were heard. Each piece of the puzzle seemed to further cement the daughter's guilt. The frying pan, the damning fingerprints, the secret diary entries, all pointed towards a calculated act of violence. Testimonies from friends and teachers revealed a side of the daughter that was previously unknown, a side that was capable of such a heinous act. The community watched in disbelief as the trial unfolded. Was this the same girl they had watched grow up? The same girl who was known for her academic achievements and polite demeanor? The shock was palpable. The community had been blindsided by the grim reality of the situation. The jury deliberated and the verdict was unanimous: guilty. The courtroom was silent save for the daughter's sobs. The community was left reeling, struggling to come to terms with the horrific reality. In the aftermath, there was a sense of closure, but also a lingering sense of unease. The daughter was sentenced, justice was served, but the scars of the crime remained. The community was left grappling with the chilling reality of what had occurred. The daughter was no longer seen as an ordinary teenager, but a convicted murderer. With the gavel's final strike, justice was served. Yet, the haunting question remained: how could a daughter kill her own mother? In the wake of this shocking crime, a community, a nation was left to grapple with the inconceivable. An act so heinous it sent shivers down the spine of every parent and guardian, every teacher and mentor. This was not a random act of violence, but a chilling tale of a daughter turning against her mother, of trust shattered and relationships destroyed. The crime itself was a stark reminder of the frailty of human relationships, of the thin line that separates love from hate. It was a testament to the fact that even the most sacred bonds can be broken, that even the most innocent faces can harbor the darkest secrets. The aftermath was like a ripple effect, spreading across the community, leaving no one untouched. Schools held assemblies, parents held their children a little closer, and conversations around dinner tables took a somber turn. It was no longer just about the crime, but about what led to it, about the pressures and secrets that can drive a person to such extremes. As the news spread, experts weighed in, their opinions echoing the shock and disbelief of the public. Psychologists spoke of the complexities of the teenage mind, the struggles of identity, and the desperate need for acceptance. Sociologists highlighted the increasing pressures of academia, the crushing weight of expectations, and the dire need for open and honest communication. The crime sparked debates and discussions across the nation. It made us question the foundations of our parenting, the nature of our trust, and the limits of our understanding. It forced us to confront the harsh reality that teenage rebellion, when fueled by desperation and fear, can have devastating consequences. It's a grim reminder that secrets, when left to fester, can turn deadly. It's a wake-up call for all of us to be more vigilant, more understanding, and more open with each other. As we delve deeper into the darkness that lurks within human hearts, we must remember, everyone is capable of unthinkable horrors. A chilling reminder that secrets, when pushed to the edge, can lead to deadly consequences.